For the practice exercises, describing the distribution of incomes earned by people with, quote, advanced degrees, unquote, as shown in the box plots earlier in the notes. Let's go back and just look at that box plot for a second. So we're looking at the group that had an advanced degree. Okay, so it appears, so for the C in CUS, we can, for measure of center, we can do the median, but we cannot do the average. So for the median, here's that line, that's the median. We can say that the median is about $60,000 per year for people with advanced degrees. Okay. For the shape, because it tends, there's a big tail here on the right, on the upper end, the right end, we can say that this is a right skewed distribution. So not only is that the right side tail longer than the left side tail, but the right side of the box is longer than the left side of the box. And so that is, we can justify both of those in saying that they are right skewed. That's for our shape. For the spread, we can say two things. We can say that the range is from, I don't know, about a 320,000 high to about a 20,000 low. So we can see the range of salaries is about $300,000. We could say the IQR of salaries looks like Q3 here is at about 80,000 and Q1 is about 30,000. So we could say that the IQR, Q3 minus Q1, 80,000 minus 30,000 is $50,000. But we can't say the standard deviation. We can't calculate that without the actual values. And then for unusual features, it appears that there would be some right side outliers because the formula for that is Q1 minus 1.5 IQR. There's no way you could have a left side outlier because it has to be 1.5 box lengths to the left of Q1, and that's definitely not true. But the right side does go more than 1.5 box lengths right of Q3. So Q3 plus 1.5 IQRs, and so that would be about 80,000 plus 1.5 times 50,000. That would make your IQR line 80,000 plus 75,000. That would make it at about 155,000, and clearly there's at least one salary that's more than 155,000. So we can say there's an unusual feature, at least one right side outlier. So that's our answer to the first example problem. Median 60,000, unusual feature right side, the range of 30,000 or the IQR 50,000, and it appeared to be right skewed. Now it's asking us to compare the distribution of shoes owned by females and males shown in the back-to-back stem plots earlier here. Okay, so when we look at this, the back-to-back stem plot, okay, it appears that the median value is higher for the females than the males. Now, when we are comparing, we need to talk about both distributions and how they compare to each other. And so we could point out what the median is, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball it here. It looks like it's about 7 pairs for males and about 26 pairs or maybe 24 pairs for females. So more higher for the females than for the males. The range of values, if we're talking about the spread, range from 4 to 38. So there's a range of 34 pairs for the males, which is smaller than the range of the pairs for the females, which are from 57 to 13. And that's a range of 44 pairs. So the range is greater for females than for males. And then the shape. The shape looks about the same for both. It looks like they're both right skewed anyway, but it appears it's more severely right skewed for the males than for the females. Kind of upper tail, bigger tail in that, or more skewed, more right skewed for males than for females. And then I can't really tell outliers or unusual features, although there appears to be a gap here between 22 and 35 for the males, and from 83 to 94 from the females. But there's our description comparing two populations. When you're comparing them, you need to make sure that you state both and say which one's larger or smaller for both. And then we'll use the 5-number summary in order to make the box and whisker plot for both. And you'll want to make those. So for the females, minimum 96.4, Q1, median, Q3 max to make your box and whisker, and use these same 5 numbers for males. And so my skeleton here, temperature in Fahrenheit degrees, kind of properly scaled female and male. I'll just call it temperatures. Okay, thank you. That's it for the practice problems.